Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for the 2nd of March 2017. Now, first of all, apologies that these cards are late today. Quite a strange day. I was lying in bed this morning, just before I got up, I got a feeling that I just need to be for a bit. I just need to be. Things have been pretty much 50, 60, 150 mile an hour the last few weeks, which is amazing. But today it was just be Tanya. But I didn't want to. I got ready. I came downstairs. I thought, right, I'm going to get the video done, because I don't like letting anybody down if they're not there on time. And I couldn't find my earphones. Now, the mic on my Mac is broken, so I need earphones in order to do these videos, and I couldn't find them. And I looked exactly where they always are, and they weren't there. I had the full drawer out. I had everything out. I couldn't find them. So I just went and made a cup of tea, and I sat and I started started listening to a podcast that came up. When I was then listening to the podcast, there is actually somebody I know on the podcast, and the podcast was all about stuff that I spoke about yesterday. So there's a lot of synchronicities going on. So I spent just over an hour listening to this podcast, knowing that I couldn't do the video. The podcast finished. I came back. I opened the drawer where my earphones are, and there they are. So it's like, you couldn't write it. You really, really couldn't write it. But spirit are around. I don't know how many of you are noticing synchronicities. March magic. This is what I'm getting. So many synchronicities around at the moment. Please be aware of them. Please open your eyes to them as well, because it's literally mind blown. Like I say, we're only 2 days in, and the 2 days is just, I'm like, what is going on? So anyway, the cards for today. The first card that I picked is the Two of Wands. Now, I really like this card. It's very different in this deck to what it is in traditional tarot. Within traditional tarot, it talks about choices and being at a crossroads and, right, okay, which way is it I'm going to go, And this does as well, but this goes a lot more depth in it, This is, like I say, it's do you go back? Do you go? You cannot stay where you are now, This is it, where you're sort of like in limbo at the moment, and you cannot stay there. You're not allowed to stay. It's like there's an expiry time on where you are, So this decision has to be made. And within this card, it's like, what it's saying is that your dreams are not shutting up to you. This is it. It's like, right, okay, your dreams are keep shouting at you, whispering to you, whichever way they're wanting to talk to you. And I feel that by listening to other people, or sort of seeing how others are actually sort of on their path as well, there's something that's sort of got quite rooted into your heart. And it's like your soul is saying to you, now. It's like, now is the time, So I really feel there's this, I don't feel it's this mega, like, right, you've got to do it now, you've got to do it this second. It's just gentle, and it's just saying, that it is now. Right, yeah, that's what they're saying there. They're laughing. It's just like they're holding their hands out here, and it's like, that it's now. And it's, without a goal or without a dream, then it's what do you have, And what is coming in with this is like, I feel the more that we are gaining in our external lives, when we have these jobs and we're going for promotions and we're buying this and we've got the new telly and we've got the new car and we've got the house we want and we've got all of that, yet there's still this, hold on, I was meant to be happy when I get all of this. This was meant to make me happy, and I've got it all, but I'm still not happy. Because it's like the more that we're getting on the external life, the more we are losing in our internal life, because that is not a dream to be strived for, if that makes sense, So this card is on about, it's on about sending your goal out, sending your dream out, and then setting things in motion to actually go after it. We can't just jump into it straight away. Now, a lot of people are concerned about failing, and this is, fear holds a lot of people back, and a lot of people are scared of failure. Now, when you are doing something, failure, doing something that you want to do, or going off in the pursuit of something that you want to do, failure does not exist then, because you are trying something. And if it doesn't work, then you haven't failed. You just need to look at another way to make it work. So, there is no failure with that. The only way that you are guaranteed to fail, if you are scared of failure, the only way you are guaranteed to fail is by inaction or refusing to take the opportunities that are presented to you, because then you will fail. If you just stay, like I say, we're in this limbo land, we're between these two worlds, between these two paths, and if you just stay where you are, then that is where you are failing, because you are not making a decision at all, and what is being called for here, I think there's a huge, the universe is wanting us to expand, it's wanting us to grow, and we cannot stop it. If you think when you're a child, it's like, what's the Winnie the Pooh quote, and I think I'll stay 6 forever and ever. If it would be great if you could, but we can't. Growth is what happens, and it's a natural process, and we cannot stop that. So, by you trying to stop yourself growing, this is when the discord, and this is when the pain is coming, and this is when the struggle is coming. So it's about just letting it happen, letting it evolve, because we cannot stop evolution, and especially spiritual evolution, or our own evolution as well. And it's like, within your life here, what they're saying is that there has a seed been planted in the past. So this seed is there, and this seed is now starting to push through, And yesterday morning I went out in the garden for something, and I seen the first snowdrops of the year, and they were just there. And I'd got a message off Spirit a few months ago saying, when the first snowdrops come, the magic will start. And I seen them, and it was like, all right, okay, don't they look beautiful? I was going to go out and take a photograph. And then yesterday, I just had such a magical day. I met up with an amazing man that I know, and we spent the day, and there was so much synchronicity, so many paths opened, and it was like, both of us were like, wow, this is sort of, there's more to come, and I think we will work together in the future as well. But when we left, it was like, what? There's this has been magic. So there's something happening, yeah, definitely something happening. A lot of doors opening. They're a very, very gifted healer, and it's about working together. And they said, if you teach me everything I'll teach you everything I know. So it's like this. Right, okay. And then travel aspects and things like that were all sort of brought in. It was very, very strange, but like I say, I don't know. I don't know why. I just know that it's right, and this is because it's like, right, okay, this is now flowing, and this is now where, we're working together. So this seed was actually planted 3 years ago, and it's taken this time, and there's been a few times that, do you know what I mean? We were meant to travel together or whatever in that time, but the time just hasn't been right. And it seems like now, right, okay, there's something here with this. And there was a creative process, and this is what this card is talking about. This creative process. Things are now starting to snowball. If you allow them, you've got to let them evolve naturally. Don't try and change the path or anything, but it does involve choices on your part as well. So it's like now, by using your insight, using the experiences that you've had, this is when you can expand your horizons. And be careful who you meet, because everybody that comes in holds another little piece of the puzzle for you, And within your journey, within all of our journeys, we are still young saplings, we are still, we're still young on this journey, and there's still so much for us to actually learn, But by going into this journey with lack of fear, with excitement that we're going into the unknown and the uncharted, we get that it feels right, you know. Fear will hold us back from this, you know. So this is it. It's stopping the fear. And I say this, you know, 100 times a week. You know, fear is what will hold us back. If we are open to whatever we are presented with, we will see that these doors are just there opening for us, you know, to go through. And within this card, if we have a look there, you know, it's like the sun's rising, and this is promising new beginnings here, you know, and this is what it's about. It's something new starting, something that will lead you to where you need to be. And the thing is, that sun is always going to come up. So no matter how dark it is at the moment in your life or whatever, the sun is going to come up, you know. This is what happens. It's nature's cycle, you know, in the same way evolution is nature's cycle, and we cannot fight against it, you know. So what this card is saying is, don't waste time now, you know. Today, listening to a podcast, that was not wasting time, because I learned a lot within that. And there was a lot of things like little light bulb moments, you know. It was a podcast about ayahuasca in Peru, and the guy who I spent yesterday with has just actually got back from Peru. So there was so many cross things, you know. So this is saying, this is, don't waste your time. Wasting your time is doing something you don't want to do because society tells you that that's what you should be doing to make you happy, and it's not, you know. That is wasting time, you know. Spending time listening to something, spending time sitting in a park and feeling energy, you know, or spending time with your thoughts is not wasting time, you know. So try and get that in. Where are you wasting time, you know? Or where are you, you know, what other people might say is wasting time could be spending quality time, necessary time, valuable time, you know. Whereas being in a job that you hate and, you know, living this life that you don't like, that is wasting time. So this card is telling you that you've got your world, the world at your feet here, you know. Expansion is coming, you know. It is. We cannot stop it, you know. And what will happen is you will find things that will then become an extension that will aid this expansion. Right, okay, yeah, thank you for that. You know, it's, you know, really trying to make me tongue-tied here. So when we look at this card, I mean, we've got ferns there, you know, and, you know, ferns are about sincerity and about sort of, you know, sincerity. It's when you are truthful. And the truth basically is all of that there is, you know. Like I say, I was sitting talking to my friend yesterday, and it was, you know, the truth that was there, the energy was beautiful, because you knew that this is a person sitting in their truth, talking to somebody else who was in their truth. And, you know, the energy that was exchanged was absolutely beautiful, you know. And ferns are often linked with magic as well, you know, and witch magic, but they're symbols of luck, they're symbols of riches, inner riches, you know, protection. So we've also got the tiger lilies here, and these are about passion. So this is saying you are protected. If you follow your passions, you will be protected, you know. We've got the camels there as well. Now, camels within totem animals, they talk about their journeying animals. They're going on a journey, you know. Now, when we see camels as well, you know, it's saying the journey ahead may be difficult, but camels are known for being able to not just survive, but to, you know, excel within difficult conditions, you know. They can endure harsh environments. They can endure, you know, arid environments, you know, where things are like, it's a long, hard slog here, but they still keep going on, you know. They're like workhorses. They are determined. They have a determination, you know, but they always survive the journey. Okay, so they do it successfully. So this is saying you are at this crossroads. You can't just lie back now and sort of think about things. This is actually about putting the balls in motion, doing something about it. You know, you are protected. There is magic around you. Allow your passions out and keep going on your journey, because your journey will take you where you need to be. You don't need to have a plan of it. You just need to surrender and you will be guided to where you need to go. So I love that card. I really, really like it. It's there's a beauty within that card as well. And the Osho card that goes with it as well. I absolutely love this card, and this card is called Sharon, which is what I've been talking about. And this card is saying, that it's time to become unstuck. So it's stop the stuckness. And in this, you can see a woman, and she is offering all that she has. She's offering her riches, she's offering her heart, she's offering her knowledge, she's offering her light, because she feels that she has so much. And when you meet somebody who is in tune with themselves, who is aware of themselves, who is aware of the universe, who is aware of what is there and what is meant to happen. They've been through it, they've been through the testing times, but they accept it. When you meet these type of people, and they are there readily, happily to offer you whatever they have, you feel it, and then you give back. And like I say, there's this equal exchange of energy. When you are given and given and given, whether this is your knowledge, your heart, your love, your time, whatever, to somebody, and then not giving that back, the balance is off and you leave depleted. So it's not saying don't give, it's saying give, but give to the right people. Because when you do, your cup will constantly be being filled. So take delight in sharing. Then when you do this as well, there is no resentments come up. It's not like, I done that for you, I done that for you, I want this back. That is not pure, that is not unconditional. So, sorry, somebody just came in the house there. So when this card appears, it's suggesting that there is a situation where you have an opportunity to share your love, your knowledge, your expertise, your joy, and your laughter. The Yogi Bhajan, who I love, he says you gain when you give. And this queen in this, she understands that. There's no need to go anywhere to make any special effort or anything. This isn't about possessiveness. This isn't about mine or whatever. This is about, I am going to give out exactly what I have, because I'm not attached to anything that I have. So if somebody else needs it, then yeah, they can have it. So this is about, it's sort of keeping your head and your heart open to all possibilities. Don't let the problems of the past hold you back. They've held you back enough. If you are living a life at the moment where things aren't going right for you, there will be something within the past. And we all have a choice. Like the first card says, whatever you are enduring at the moment has been a choice that you have made. So make another choice and change it. That's all you need to do. But this is about seeing where you are giving and where you are getting back. And if you are giving something and getting nothing back, then it's time to change that. So this card is saying that you will find everything start to come together now. Enjoy it, ground yourself in it. Let the abundance that is being offered to you, let it flow over you as well. Because happiness is only real when it's shared. We need these people to connect with. If we don't have these same people on the same vibrations that we connect with, then it's no good. It's no good. Sorry, they're knocking on the door and everything there. So this is what is, sorry, that lost my train of thought there. Yeah, this is about letting your light shine, letting your light affect others, and letting theirs affect you as well. Okay. The next card that came out is the Colette Baron read. Now, we've already had this week. It's the Soulmate card, but it's the soulmate in the right position this time. If you remember, last time it was in the protection position. So what this is saying is that soulmates, they can come in many forms in our life. Somebody mentioned something on one of my posts the other day, saying that they'd had a couple of twin flame relationships. Now, the thing is, we don't. Soulmates, we have hundreds and thousands of soulmates. We only ever have one twin flame. I'm not going into that, but just to, twin flame is when the soul actually splits and forms two people. So there is never, ever another one. Okay, but soulmates, we have hundreds and thousands of them. We probably have at least one in each town, you know. But soulmates are important for us, you know. And like I say, they don't have to be just romantic. These are people that come into our life to make an impact. Um, and you get them immediately. You know that, you click with them and you feel it, you know, and you just have this sense that you have known them for a while, or you have a sense that they will be an importance in your life as well. Now, sometimes they can bring in a lot of chaos as well, because soulmates are all about lessons. They are teachers to us and we are teachers to them. But what this will do is allow us to get a greater understanding, you know, and this will help us heal. This will help us guide us to where we need to be, you know. And like I say, they will sometimes come in and they will break our heart wide open, you know, because what happens is, you know, when if this is a soulmate that we love, you know, and they're here to give us this lesson, you know, they will teach us that we need to be a different person to what we were before they came into our life. This is what they've come. They've came to break us so that we can build again in the way that we should be, you know. So soulmates are very, very important. And even if it's a one that causes you pain, not all of them do, but even if it's a one that causes you pain, you know, thank them for that, because this is helping you grow and helping you evolve and helping you to get on your journey to where your final destination is. I was talking yesterday about things that had happened years ago that I now, when I look back on them, and I think that led me to here. Now, at the time, it either seemed irrelevant or it seemed drastic or horrible or, you know, painful. But then it led me on my path, you know, and then it's like, ah, right, that is why that happened, you know. But 9 times out of 10, this is by people that come in. Like I say, we sat and talked about it yesterday, and it was like there is a massive soul connection here. And it was like, yeah, totally, you know, understood it straight away. There's something that we've got to do. There's something that we've got to learn. There is some service that we need to give to the world as well, you know, because this is it. It's not all about you. This is when you are on your path and you are living your authentic self and you are actually going in the direction of your dreams so that you can evolve and you can become more spiritually aware and you can be the person that you're meant to be. This will be of service to the world in some way as well. You know, this isn't just about you. This is about what can you give to the whole. And that will become apparent once you actually accept yourself as this whole being and realize that you are already whole, that you don't need this big house, you don't need that new telly, you don't need that fast car to make you whole. You are already whole. And once you recognize that within yourself, then you can be of service. And this is what we need, you know. We need all of these light workers, all of these people, you know. We need to bring light to the world because the world needs it very much at the moment. And this is why people are coming together, and this is why the synchronicity is coming, you know, because the earth needs us and we have work to do. Okay, so it's about choices. Make that decision and, you know, get on that path. And it's about sharing what we have, sharing who we are with other people that will then, you know, have this knock-on effect and this pay it forward effect, and it's beautiful and it will just snowball, you know. So I hope those cards made sense to you. There's a really strange feeling today. Sorry about, like I say, the distractions there as well. There's it. I don't know. I feel a little floaty. That's what I could say. Maybe because I've been listening to things about ayahuasca and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, there's a little floatiness I feel today. I'll if I find out why, I will let you know in tomorrow's video. But if anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch via my Facebook or via my website. I have had a few internet problems this week, so things are a little bit behind. So anybody waiting on email readings or anybody waiting for me to get back to them, I have tried my hardest to get through everybody, and I am finishing that off today as well. So don't worry, you haven't been forgotten. Okay, just time does get in the way. But I really like those cards today. There's a lot of magic. There's something there's something brewing. That's brewing. The brew ayahuasca, don't they? Right, okay, why they're saying there's something brewing. I don't think it's trouble, but there's something brewing. Right, okay, I'm not gonna, because this is gonna, they're being very cryptic, and this will take me a while to get out what there's something going to be offered. This is it. There's an offering, an offering of some sort, a fruitful offering. They're saying they're being quite cryptic about this and quite shy. So I don't know. I don't know. Right. Okay. If it comes, I will do a video of it later on if I get time. But have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Keep your antenna out as well, because there's a lot of things that things I don't want you to miss. That's yeah, a lot of things that, you know, if you could miss them. My grandma used to say to me, "You should always keep your eyes open, Tanya." And I was like, "Why?" She went, "Well, you can't see where you're going if they're shut, you know." So yeah, keep your eyes open, and like I say, put that spidey sense on, put your antennas out, you know, and just feel what's around, because there's something good going down, I think. Okay, so have a fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow with the cards of today. Sat now.